Okay, welcome to Travel Mat lesson number 1. I'm Walt Biscardi. Well, what is a travel mat? Well, it allows you to apply a shape to another video layer. So here we have a car over a background and it's a box. Yeah, that's nice. But I like that, or maybe this, maybe that, maybe that. So how did I do all of this? Well, these are just travel mats, and basically what I'm doing is I'm telling Final Cut Pro to apply the shape of this thing that I made to the video of the car. And it's quite simple, really. Okay, let's see how I did it. Down here, I have 3 video tracks. So first of all, up here in the browser, I'm going to grab my raw video of the car, and I'm going to throw it into video track 3. Next, let's make that little gradated background. Final Cut Pro defaults to black and white. Let's go ahead and make it blue, because I like blue more than the black and white. Now, this can be anything you want, but whatever the background is going to be, you drag it down into video track 1. This could be moving video. It could be a graphic that you created, an animation, whatever. It just needs to be in video track 1. And the piece of video that's going to go into the mat has to be on video track 3. Well, that leaves video track 2 for? Yes! Very good, class. That is where our mat is going to go. Now, this little mat here is something that I created in Photoshop. I painted this with a paintbrush on a transparent layer. Now, what Final Cut Pro does is really nice. It automatically recognizes that transparent layer and says, okay, that's transparent. I'm going to let the background show through, but I'm going to keep the area that's solid. I've got this up here sitting in the viewer, and I am going to apply this mat down into video track 2. Okay, so now we've got our car, we've got our travel mat, we've got our gradient. The final step is, if you have a 2-button mouse, right-click. If you don't, hold down the control key and click on the video on track 3. Brings up our little menu. And go down to composite mode and go down to alpha. Travel mat alpha. And you see what just happened? Final Cut Pro took the shape of our object, which is right here, and applied it to the video of the car. And as I move through, you can see that the video of the car will move along, but it just stays in that shape. And what I like is the fact that all these little transparent areas even stay, because Final Cut Pro says those areas are transparent. I'm going to let them show through. That is one object. I can shorten this up. We'll go in and get another one. Here's another little object that I made in Photoshop. Drag that down and drag it across. Once you set the travel mat, you can swap things out underneath it. As you can see, I'm going to go from one mat right into another. That is travel mat alpha. Take the solid areas, apply the video to it. Let the transparency show through. Okay, what about travel mat Luma? And you know what? I don't have Photoshop. I don't have, any other graphics program that might be out there. Well, if you have a scanner and you have some office paper, here's some office paper that I ripped. Well, now that was a perfect rip. You should have seen how much work that was. No, actually, that's a CD label. And here's some more ripped paper and some more ripped paper. Luma mat is take the brightest area on the screen and apply the video to the brightest area on the screen and ignore the black area. Let the black area disappear. So, let me remove these masks that I already used. And now I'm going to take the scrap piece of paper that I scan. I'm going to place it down below the car. Again, if you have a 2-button mouse, right-click. If you don't, hold down the control key and click on the track in video 3. Composite mode, this time come down to Luma. Now, there it is. Here's the white area of this paper that I scan, now applied to the car. And as I move through, the video of the car will play in the mask. And again, just like we did before, I can grab, here's that circle. Let's just grab a circle and throw it down here. So it will just change the mask as we go along. So there you go, the absolute basics of Luma and Alpha. Alpha says take the transparent area and get rid of it. Luma says take the darkest area and get rid of it. Hope that helped. We'll see you in the next lesson.